title today seems to be a little bit unclear, but let me go ahead and define what I am trying to address today and what I am trying to really inquire about before I just start talking endlessly. So, what I mean by patrons being entitled always is, let's pick YouTube for example. You know that some people out there make a living on YouTube. And the way that some folks make a living on YouTube is you can monetize your videos. You can also advertise your stuff by saying, hey, I am YouTuber so and so. I have merchandise. Visit so and so, Teespring, so and so, this and that, and get your products. And say that they also run some kind of website like a community blog or something. And you can also make some donations or whatever. Basically, your dream is being funded by your audience, and also your business is being funded by your audience, which become your patrons. So, with that said, the people who give you money, of course, like I just stated, they fund your dreams and they fund your business. So, because they are giving money, and the definition of money is power, does that mean that people are always right and always have a right to demand stuff from you simply for patronizing you? And let me express why I state this. I run my channel. You know, this is the only channel that I have, and I am the star of the show. And I am really producing my content based on this replacing my journal. So the way I sound here is the way I sound when I write or send an email or text. Um, but also, it doesn't really do me a lot of justice because the way I interact with someone face to face on a one on one is not really the same way that I interact with you guys, because some of you guys will play this back hours after I show it. And if I am doing something live, like right now, you have the opportunity to send me something and sort of control the flow of my content temporarily. Or it depends on how much I allow it. Like, do I allow for your comment to distract me from my thought, or do I address it immediately? So, anyways, so finally, to get to what I mean to say, because I started this and really didn't visualize my channel growing, but I have met new people here, and I was able to put ads on some stuff, which is cool. But it doesn't mean that, wow, I can make a living off the cents or sometimes a dollar or two that I make on YouTube, right? But to the folks who have YouTube as their means to live, does the audience really have a right of controlling in which direction you take your personal channel? Because sometimes I'm watching videos on other people's channels, like the really big ones, and there's people saying stuff like, how come you don't make videos about food anymore? Or how come you don't make conspiracy theory videos anymore? Or how come you don't do beauty videos, this and that? Like I said, I know that money is important. Money gives you a voice, gives you control, gives you power over someone and what someone makes because, hello, you are investing in them. But really, should there be a limit to how much power it is implied that someone has over you and what you do as a creator, what you do as an artist? You know, because if it happened to me, if if somehow my channel just grew, what's considered a big channel, 100,000 subscribers, so let's say that I somehow managed that, somehow I obtained that, I would like to still have control of my channel. I think I have great ideas. I think my topics are great. Um, Honestly, I know that by making my content public, I was subject to be found at some point. But I hear so many unsuccessful stories of channels more than I hear success stories. So I was really telling myself, nobody's gonna find me. I'm going to stick to just 20 or 30 or 60 or 70 subscribers more than anything. But clearly, as of lately, I have been getting some kind of attention, which is cool because I have gotten to learn a lot from you guys. But also, it would really devastate me that as a creator, I started to gain a lot of support from the audience, and then suddenly they took offense to me not addressing the ideas that they give me. Like, I have people give me ideas on what kinds of videos to make, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but I have my personal vision and my personal purpose with the channel. So the way I look at it is this channel, of course, is not for everybody. So if you don't like it, you don't have to stick around. In the same manner that in real life, if you don't like, say, if you don't like strawberries, you don't have to support the farm that only farms strawberries. See what I mean? So, like I said, it's something that doesn't really affect me, but I consider the possibility that my something may happen to my channel, like it may grow. So I'm wondering, what do you guys think about that? How would you guys feel? How would you handle this? Or have you even thought about what I am saying? Or do you think that the person who runs a show should absolutely stick to what the audience says? I think that they should stick to what the audience says if they are completely dependent on what they do as the source of their income, because the last thing you want to do is to upset the people who are keeping you fed and with a roof over your head. But at the same time, I just wish in a situation like this that people supported an artist and completely trusted them and allowed them to decide whether or not they really want to proceed with something. Like, say that you have a creator that's really good at drawing. So you want for them to do more drawing videos, but it turns out that they want to be gamers now. I understand that you were intrigued by this person's initial talent, which was the art stuff, but you know, I don't think you should feel entitled to run that person's life and threaten them with not supporting them anymore. Because that's what I say about me hating the business side of anything. Because it's like, what about that person's free will? What about their jurisdiction over what they have created, what they have accomplished? The reason they started something is because they were passionate about something. Allowed them to try other things to for them to have the experience of whether or not they'll enjoy it, you know? Because sometimes people just get too used to what a creator does, and suddenly, if they change just a little bit, they get really turned off by it. And I'm like, seriously, what kind of fan are you? And I think that's why I really sympathize with the creators who say, I'm really stressed out and I give up and I need time off, because people look at it as, oh, how can you complain when you get to sit at home, make videos, and not have a real job? And I'm like, excuse me? Creating something is a form of working. Just because it doesn't involve breaking your back and standing under the sun, driving long distance, and facing other environmental factors, it doesn't make it any less valuable than anything else, because someone is still spending their time thinking, coming up with something to say or something to show and present. And if you edit videos, for example, which I don't get to do much anymore, that takes time. And sometimes you have to deal with the frustration of technology not working the way that you need it to. People deserve to get paid for that time. Even if you look at it as a hobby, something that doesn't benefit the community like incredibly so, like I always choose the example of curing cancer or something, that doesn't make that person's effort any less valuable. See what I mean? So that to me is what sometimes worries me about pursuing an artistic kind of career, because it seems to be a very temperamental industry. It's like one day your folks are really supporting you and everything, but on another day it's like, they're gone. Like musicians go through this a lot. It's like you get used to them having drums and guitars in their music, and if they transfer over to synthesizers, you're like, this is not what I'm used to. This is not what I like. Da 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 da. My support is gone. But then they are the really die-hard fans who are like, this is the artist who I grew up listening to, and I admired them for X, Y, and Z. So I still love them even though I'm not agreeing with what they're doing. You see, I like fans who are like that because that's how I am. There are some bands that sound unlike what I'm used to, but they're trying stuff and I can admire and respect them for trying something different, you know? But now that I am, you know, trying to get on the artistic side of life, and I am getting feedback from some folks, it's like, I just don't want to lose control of me as a creator, as a creative person. I love you guys giving me ideas, and I look at them and consider them and think about them, and some of them really excite me, and some of them leave me saying meh. But it's cool that you guys are a small group, and I don't feel that pressure of if I don't do a car video or something, um, I'm gonna get in trouble, or people are not going to care about me anymore. So that's the side of me who, whenever I sit here, I'm like, I'm completely selfless about this. Like, it's great that sometimes I can sit here and create something that blows up and you guys interact, and you may leave a rain of compliments or troll comments or whatever it is, so action is happening, right? But at the same time, sometimes I'm thinking, what do I really want to do? Do I just want to separate myself from the audience and just keep being me, which is how I started with this channel, which I only had like 3 people watching me. And then suddenly I got people to really, truly, faithfully watch me. I appreciate that and it's great. But, I would really, really dislike to end up like those big creators who feel this pressure of I have to please the audience. You see what I mean? That is a personal decision for me to make. Like, do I want to continue the way that I am and how I have been to this point? Or should I start listening to what you guys say? Like, I don't feel like it's a choice that I need to make to define my happiness. But at the same time, I wouldn't like to present myself as someone who doesn't consider the feelings of the audience. Because if you guys found me and you have stuck around, it's because you genuinely enjoy what I put out. So now I consider what you have to say and what you would like to see or hear me say, you know? But but at the end of the day, I know that I'm the one who has the final say. But I can't help but let that generate some conflict in my mind, because not everybody is going to look at it the same way, and that's great and all. But I just want to really, really be fair about it. So, do people who spend money on something or someone always have to be pleased? And for me, it's like if you don't like something, don't get it. If you don't like to shop somewhere because they have shitty customer service, don't shop there because they have shitty customer service. If you don't like what a channel says, what someone says on some channel, don't watch them, you know? So, but don't try to pleasure them into pleasing you, exclusively you, just because you're putting money into it. A lot of other people enjoy the creator for their volatile ways of being. Like one day they do something chill, another day they do something explosive, you know? And one creator cannot simply alter their routine that 500 people find enjoyable just because two people are out there disgruntled. See what I mean? But, anyways, I may be wrong. I may be misinterpreting it. Um, like I said, this doesn't really relate to me because I'm pretty small as a channel. But since I've met new people, I'm like, some people have given me ideas that I really want to tell them I'm not interested in that. But at the same time, I know that they're eager to hear what I have to say because they're intrigued, you know? So that's when I have the conflict. Like, I want to be a people pleaser, but I also don't want to lose myself in the process, you know? So, anyways, I think I summed up everything that I wanted to say. So, let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, how am I? I am great. And hey, Ollie, good to see you. Amazing topic. Thanks a lot. A right? No, the only person with a right to dictate the direction of a channel is you. But if you have an audience, they might not stick around if you do something they don't like. Exactly. And Prime agrees. A content creator has to wait what they want to do against what their audience wants them to do. Hopefully, they'll be the same thing more often than not. See, and that's the thing. It's like, how much of a right does the audience have to be demanding something from a simple human being? You know? A human being that started off just creating because they enjoy to create, but you have become obsessed with them to where if they don't produce or say something in the manner that you anticipate, then you get disappointed and you just withdraw yourself, you know? So if that is how the business run, then let them run away, let them go. I mean, I just cannot be someone who is um, controlled like that. You know, I went through a lot of emotional abuse. So, in a sense, this feels like the audience trying to abuse their power of, I'm giving you money, so you have to do what I say. You know, like, who are you? Who are you to be saying that, you know? But it's a business. I understand that it's a business, but I cannot think like a business person. I like to have that selflessness to it. But also, when it comes to taking care of my well being, I will be selfish about it. Because if I don't take care of myself, no one will take care of myself, you know? See what I mean? So, anyways, Neil Gaiman once responded to a fan who was important for George Martin's next book. What he basically said was, George R. Martin is not your bitch. He's not working for you. See, and that's what created this rambling from me. Anyway, it's like, am I really employed by you guys? If I were a big channel, I know that I make a living off the channel if I'm a big channel. But just how employed by you guys am I, really? You guys are giving something because you want to give something. It's like, say that I had a page where you can just send me money or send me materials to, say, have a better set, a better equipment or something. It's like, okay, you are supplying me with goods, but that doesn't mean that I'm like your lover or something, you know? Like, you gave that because you wanted to give it. So that's where I'm at a conflict. How selfless is the audience in a situation like that? Because with you guys, I have never sat here and asked you guys for anything or asked for money. Or, I have a Patreon because I created one years ago because I was doing other stuff, but I never ever promoted it. I never gave the link to anybody. I never told anyone that I had it. So if someone knew that, I don't know, let's say I get on a car wreck and I have extremely expensive medical bills. Some of you guys may offer, to donate something. Hey, Zam, I have this and that, or I would like to give you a very modest contribution. Do you have a fund me page or something? I would consider it because in cases of emergency, I put my pride aside and I'm like, I'm in a crisis. It's not about me. Well, if I'm the victim, it is about me. But, you know, it's not about, oh, you guys, I don't want to put you through that trouble. Da, 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 da. No, I have an emergency. This can cost me my life. So if you guys are offering the way for me to make it through free of stress, I will take it. But me right now, as a relatively healthy person, it's like if you want to give me something, let it be because you're just a generous person like that and not because you are expecting some kind of favoritism. Like, I know that it would be fair that if you're giving me $100 a month, to throw an example, then yeah, that is considerable. And maybe I would feel inclined to listen to you a little more just because you're there for me, just spoiling me with a generous amount like that. But just how right is that? Like, how correct is that to be like, I'm only giving you $100 a month. The least you can do is please me with a video of whatever the hell I'm asking for. So, so like I said, this is why I say that I think I would be a terrible manager because I don't know how to think in the part of profit and what it takes to be profitable. Like, you have to make sacrifices and stuff that you're not really willing to do. So you should be fine and not have to suffer a huge penalty just because you want to follow your soul and not someone else trying to govern you. See what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. um, Let me see. Um, I am a very strong woman. God bless me. Thanks so much, Prime. Comments are everything, good or bad. Constructive criticism is not a bad thing, but I use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Some channels are geared towards one topic, but not all. Because, see, this channel is incredibly broad for me. It's like I am not specialized in anything. In real life, I am not specialized at anything. So, my channel should reflect that. Maybe some of you guys found me because of my hair videos. Maybe some of you guys found me because of my more socially inclined videos. Others could be my food videos. But then if I go weeks without producing something like that, you unsubscribe. That's great. You do your thing, whatever floats your boat, mate. So if you decided to leave because I'm no longer appealing to you, go. That ain't gonna hurt my feelings. And what helps me the most is I created this channel as a means for me to just vent and boost my own self confidence because I am an extremely shy person and I can be silent for extremely long periods of time. So I just wanted to become comfortable listening to myself, you know, looking at the playback and being like, I'm not so bad. Why am I criticizing myself so hard? Or sometimes I would use this as a way to help me prepare for an interview. Am I sounding too aggressive? Am I sounding too loud? Too soft spoken? Like, this is for me, entirely for me. But because this is a public channel, inevitably people will start interacting and I will have to listen to what you guys say because it'll be impossible to miss the rain of comments that I get. But I know that it's up to me to act on it or not, but also this is one of those things that you have to be responsible with because if I come off as someone who is unpleasant in the same manner that, say, one of my videos goes viral, is the same manner that a profile of that Zamri girl is such a terrible human being. Can happen, you know? So at least I'm not sitting here giving anyone motives to say that about me, but it could happen. With so much technology, people can make up anything about you. So, you know, at least this is the most public that I've ever been. So, unless I have said it, then anything that comes out can be false, you know? But that's the scary aspect about possibly, you know, becoming a hit because there's just so much pressure that you'll be confronting that you did not necessarily train or prepare for. You see what I mean? Anyways, people can either categorize the type of videos, which you already do, or they can make other channels. Creating is no less labor than any other job, but you ain't filling out spreadsheets in a cubicle, so you shouldn't be paid for it. Fuck that. That's my man. Sorry, arts master student. This is a topic I deal with a lot. Didn't mean to rant. Oh, you rant your life away because I never thought that I would be producing videos. So you say whatever it is that you want to say, Ollie. You have to remember the main goal that you're doing this for fun. It's a personal vlog for a reason. If people want more, they should be motivated to create their own content. I am so glad that you said that because I'm sitting here like in the same manner that you protest about certain music not being made anymore. How about if you learn how to sing, how to play an instrument, and you start making music that you like to listen to? But don't go on social media and be like, bring back your rap beats or something, because the artist is doing what they want to do because it's what they do. They own their stuff, they own their time. So it's kind of strange. It's like I almost feel bad for making this video and inquiring about this, but at the same time, maybe a lot of people feel like me and they have the same questions, but they don't know how to ask. So if I can serve as the intermedium to get the conversation rolling, I'll do it, you know? So, anyways, audience comes to watch a content creator because they want to watch his work or stream. Exactly, that's what I think. So, it goes back to what I said about if you don't like Walmart because their customer service sucks, why do you still shop there? Oh, because it's cheaper. Well, find somewhere else that's just as cheap and you get better service. But you cannot expect for Walmart to adapt to you. But if there is a huge multitude of people who are boycotting Walmart because their customer service sucks, then because Walmart is all about the profit, they will be inclined to listen to you. But to a single man army, like a content creator, really, you want to be that person? Like, I don't know. It's possessiveness. I don't know where that comes from in human nature, but it's crazy. It's crazy to me. All attention is beneficial, even bad. The traffic will bring others, even if the trolls hate. Just do what you like, the right audience will find it. Exactly. Every human is selfish. There are a lot of entitled fans of things. I think you're pretty safe to ignore people like that. Yeah, honestly, that's what I do. Like, I get some crazy, insane, mean comments, and I'm like, if you saw me on the street and like recently someone commented about how I'm skinny but ugly, and I loved it because I'm like, please, if I was walking down the street, would you come up to my face and be like, you're you're ugly, you're skinny but ugly, just because you saw me that one time and you think that I'm ugly? Like, you don't know me, and your opinion of me being ugly for your disgrace is unpopular. If you think you're going to destroy my self esteem and you're looking for someone to destroy, I'm not your person. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to offend me, you know? So it's just crazy to me because why do people feel like they can be keyboard gangsters and just try to bother someone? Like, how is that even a pleasure? I don't get it. I guess it's because I'm not that way. I can't relate. But maybe there is an element of pleasure to being that way. But I, I'm just letting you know that I don't see it. Um, should give planet Earth to ants or dolphins. At least they're intelligent. So what you say is, if we donate $5, you will not do 25 jumping jacks. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is give because you want to give and you are selfless about it. But don't be giving expecting for someone to be subjugated to you. See what I mean? Like like maybe if I saw it as a game, like if you guys tell me, hey, Zam, we want to play a game, we just want to see how daring you are or something, I'm gonna be like, yeah, guys, just keep it clean, keep it safe, and I'd be willing to participate. But when money is involved, it's like, okay, what is your intention with this? Are you trying to hire me? Like, because a job is a job. You have to be compensated for it. And that's what some people don't get. These are the people who protest about how some people just sit at home turning on a camera and they get a lot of money, whereas in order for them to make a few bucks, they have to break their backs working on their feet. And I'm like, well, if you want to be a person who makes money online, how about if you put in the effort to gain an audience? Don't hate the person who is successful already. Don't hate the product. Admire the work that it took for them to get to that position where they can sit at home and make a living. You know? How about if you look up to them and inspire yourself? I'm not going to the comment section of other YouTubers and being like, ah, how can you make so much money over this boring content? You know? Like, I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm not wired to think that way. We need a GoFundMe for your Chick-fil-A addiction. Or we need a GoFundMe to probably deter me from eating so many chickens, because maybe if the chicken population is in decline, then I am partly to blame. This rooster loves chickens. KFC all the way, yes. No, your broiled ass chicken is from Bojangles. Like, look at how dark it got. I'm here because of your voice. I must admit. Thanks a lot. I've been getting some multiple comments on my voice, and I never thought that was something I was going to be complimented on, because as a kid I sounded kind of weird. I heard a playback of my voice when I was in middle school, and I was like, I'm never talking again. A silent stream where you just sit and look into the camera for hours. I think I saw something like that called Magabon. Big eyes, silent, watching into the camera. Is that the guy who's sitting with like his legs crossed and he has like a really straight posture and he's like that? Yeah, I saw that and I strongly considered making a video like that. Like, how long can I go without blinking? But I said that's too boring. I like to make something that, even if it's 30 seconds long, it has a little bit of substance, at least. I would not do that. You might conceal a carry cock like Tony Montana. You guys keep mentioning that Tony Montana, and I still haven't checked them out. He is here. All right, guys. Well, that is what I wanted to say on the matter. Like, now I'm wishing that I would have meditated on it just a little longer, because I knew that this would revolve around money because, like I said, money is power. But when it comes to the creative industry, just how far can that entitlement go? Like, how justified is it? So, anyways, I'll keep thinking about it. It's something that will be around for quite some time, like as long as people keep creating stuff. So, I guess today is the day that I'm the one who has this question, but in the future, someone else will come along and be like, you know what? I feel the same way. Anyways, let me see what the comments are saying. Scarface the movie. I never saw that. Y'all know squirrels actually run the world. Oh my god. Yes. Squirrels look adorable, but they can be terrifying because you just don't know when one of them is going to just sprint at you. Morty screwed up. Yep, I know. Anyways. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to this rambling dash rant. I had no idea what I was going to say, but at least I made my point across, and now I can't wait to read from other folks who are going to catch up with this later, because maybe you're going to shed some light into why the audience behaves in a certain way and whatnot. But, anyways, only time will tell. Hey, any thought about streaming as you do your paintings? I'm glad that you mentioned that because I did think about it, but it's kind of awkward for me to be drawing something and finding a good surface to put my camera on or my phone on because I don't have one of those tripod things. I used to have one, but it wouldn't hold my phone well and it kept slipping. And I'm like, my phone needs to have the cover off while I'm filming, and this thing keeps losing its grip. And I was afraid that my phone might fall and shatter. But there is an art video coming someday. I don't know when, I don't know what it will be about, but I have definitely contemplated making a video of it. So for now, what I do is I may trace a little something and then take a clip, edit it, put it together, and show you the final product. But trust me, I do have a dream of making a live stream of me being, doing my thing and artistic and everything. But until I figure out a good way to like film it, then I'll just have to keep doing what I do, which is show you the progression of it with short clips as opposed to the full project. But yeah, but I've thought about that. I really want to make a art video like that. So just bear with me on that one. But it's cool to see that you're interested. So I'm glad that you mentioned something about it. But you need good lighting in your room too. Exactly. That's also a big challenge. This past week and a half, it's been nothing but clouds. And even if I were to turn on the lights that I have here, because all of my lights come from above me, I cast a shadow. So it would ruin it for me. But trust me, I keep messing around with the setup that my room has or my living room, and I'll figure something out someday. It's just that a combination of nature and the supplies that I have available right now are making that difficult. But it's coming. You just sit tight and wait. All right, guys, I have to bail now. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.